Hey, Dylan here over at the Smart Real Estate Group coming to you talking about leverage. And before I get into it, please take a moment, like, share, comment, however you find us. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear what you're thinking a little bit too, right? Well, not a little bit. We want to hear what you're thinking. So, do that. Let's talk about leverage. No, I am not talking about my favorite kind of leverage today. Usually, my favorite kind of leverage is negotiating. Today, I'm talking about leverage as it pertains to mortgages and debt. Now, I'm a huge fan of mortgage debt. I am not a Ramsey person where I am completely against debt, but when it comes to mortgages, if it's done right and it's healthy, it's good. So, what are we talking about? You buy a property, you get a mortgage, you're putting a percentage down. I encourage you to put, if you're an investor, putting 20% down, having 20% equity into the property, that gives you a lot of different room for things. What starts to concern me is, and there's no judgment, if you've got a plan and you're following it, do whatever you want to do, but it just concerns me. So let's say you have a homestead, you have your private house, you take out a HELOC, so that's a second mortgage on your home, okay? Then you take that HELOC and you use it for a down payment on an investment property. That investment property, you're now 100% levered. That's where I get concerned. So that's one thing. Now, the other thing where we see it is we see it in some first-time home buyers. We'll work through some of these programs where they are essentially given the down payment and it's a second mortgage. So you're going into a situation 100% levered as a homeowner. Get out of it as soon as you can if you do it. There's nothing wrong. Have a plan. Know that it's going on. But basically, the day you close, you have two mortgages, 100% levered. And if anything goes wrong in the market, your life, you're going to run into a loss here. And so here's what I suggest. My uncle called me a few years ago. He said, hey, Dylan, I'm looking to buy a property. He's in Minnesota, so I can't even help him, unfortunately, except give him a little bit of advice. But he had lived and lost a home through the recession, right? So I spent a little bit of time, I explained to him and said, hey, look, you're a first time buyer, you get to use those programs, put at least 10% down. Here's the reason. If you put 10% down, let's say it costs you 6% to sell a property with commissions and whatever, however you care about and however it works out between buyers agents, and then you have to pay 2% in other fees, that gives you 2% buffer, and you're going to be all right. So that's what I'm talking about being levered. Don't be over levered. And then have a great day.